everybody, for joining me tonight for another Lavelle Live Zoom. So, super awesome about this Zoom tonight. We got a stacked powerhouse of individuals. Margie Benton is leading the Zoom off tonight with Melanie Priest, Ashley Nicole, Leanne Monaghan, and Dana Chuva. So, in about 5 minutes here, they are going to get started talking about the Thrive experience and what it has done for them, to help them, take their physical and mental well-being, just to that next level, right? So, three simple steps, changing their lives and changing my life as well. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Andrew Osborne, and before Thrive, I was tired all the time, struggled with getting up, getting going in the morning. When I got to work, I was, still groggy, tired, having difficulty getting through my tasks throughout the day and just having difficulty staying focused. And when I came home, all I wanted to do was sit on the couch and just veg out. Like, don't ask me any questions. Don't ask me to do anything. All I wanted to do was just exist, sit on the couch and watch TV. And I mean, that's no way to live life. That's not an exciting life. That's not an adventurous life. So luckily, the Thrive experience came into my life and completely flipped everything upside down. When I started taking these three steps, the first thing that I noticed when I started was that, I was able to get up and get going in the morning. It just seemed like my body was already awake, for 2 to 3 hours, and it was ready to go after popping those two capsules. After taking it for a few more days, I noticed at work, hey, I have more pep in my step, right? I'm a little more energetic. I'm enjoying the day, laughing and singing at work. And what was the real kicker was when a coworker came up to me and he said, Andrew, whatever that sticker thing is you got on, don't stop, because before whatever that is that you're doing, you're grouchy, you're grumpy, and you're just miserable to be around. But now it's a complete opposite. You're energetic, you're lively, and I enjoy being around you. And when he told me that, I was like, I couldn't believe that I had done a complete 180. I couldn't believe that I was being that ogre around people. I mean, all I wanted to do was exist. All I wanted to do is get through my day. I was just trying to survive. And when I came home, I told my wife the same thing. And she's like, yeah, I mean, I believe it. You're not sitting around the house anymore. You're not, grumbling if I asked you to do something simple like take out the garbage. And for me, that was the big aha moment, the eye opener, to realize that this product was something special, just giving me that higher quality of life, so that I could be more energetic, so I could be more of a father, so that I could be more of a husband, and then just get out and enjoy life and love life. So now I wasn't, sitting on the couch. We were getting the family after work and going out and doing something, right? We got the warmer weather coming up here in, Western Pennsylvania. So it's time to get out. It's time to get together with people and friends and go out and enjoy life, have those adventures, and just have fun, because that's what life is all about. The most precious resource that we have is time. And do you want to go spending your life and spending your time feeling like you're struggling, or feeling mediocre? Or do you want to feel the best that you can, so that you can go and do the things that you want to do and be with the people that you want to be with and enjoy life and just have fun and enjoy it? I mean, right, that is the icing on the cake, if you will. So, but super excited. We're going to get started here in about 1 minute. As soon as they all jump on the Zoom, we're going to get going, and I'm going to flip over to them and let them take over, talk more about this Thrive experience that we're talking about, and let them share their stories on what Thrive has done for them. So we will get started here momentarily. So And it looks
I am
there we go.
super
Yes.
excited. I've got some amazing mamas here to tell their story of their Thrive journey, and I really think that you're going to be inspired. I'm super excited. First off, I want to tell you, because I'm assuming a lot of you guys don't really know what the Thrive experience is. And it's 3 easy steps that you take in the first 20 minutes of your day that fills your nutritional gaps, keeps you energized, gives you good mood support. It does so many things, appetite suppressant, just all kinds of things that people know. It's just basically about filling your nutritional gaps. So you start off with 2 capsules first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. I actually keep mine on my nightstand with a bottle of water, and I take them before I even get out of bed, right? First thing, empty stomach. These are your jumper cables. We've got men's and we've got women's, and we also have elite. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But you take these, 20 minutes later, you're going to drink this yummy lifestyle mix. You mix it in water or the liquid of your choice, about 8 ounces, and you drink it down about 20 to 40 minutes after you take those capsules. It's really important. You want them to digest together, right? And then right after you do that, the step 3 is this DFT, which is our dermafusion technology. It's more vitamins that you are infusing through your skin throughout the day, right? It's going to give you energy. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you nicer to people. Like, that's really what it does for me anyways. Super awesome, but it infuses through your skin throughout the day, giving you those long lasting energy and mood support and all different kinds of benefits. Vitamins through your skin. So amazing. So like I said, we have some amazing stories to share with you tonight. And these are all mamas. And that's my favorite thing to do, is help mamas change their own life and help them change other lives. So we've got Melanie up first. She's going to share her journey. She's been with us. How long have you been with us, Mel?
407 days to be exact.
That's awesome.
But who's counting?
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your journey.
Oh my goodness. It's been amazing. So I have been thriving for 407 days. When I started, I reached out to someone who I just met on Facebook. I didn't even know this person really. So almost a complete stranger. I was in the midst of postpartum depression, amongst social like uncomfortableness. I didn't like to go places. I really liked to be home. I was a person who suffered in silence. People saw me in a certain way, and that's because I wanted them to see me that way. But deep down inside, I had a lot of demons, a lot of darkness. And like when I looked at myself in the mirror, I absolutely hated myself. I had a lot of inner demons, and I put on a front for so many people. And then I had my son during like COVID, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to be a mom. I thought that was going to cure all the things, and it didn't. I was in the fitness industry. I had done figure competitions. I had transformed my body with health, with nutrition, with working out, but there was always something missing. I was always exhausted. I was always moody. I was always irritable, and I just felt like, why is this the way? Like, there has to be more. And my son was 10 months old. I looked at him. I was crying in the shower. I was not wanting to leave the bed. Like, all I wanted was to be a mom. And I thought that was going to that was going to make me happy. And it did. It's not like, I don't want people to think like, oh my gosh, like she's taking motherhood for granted. That's not it. But there was just something missing within me from before he was born until when he was born. And I was just searching. I did not want to go on prescription. It was a personal preference that I didn't want to do. So I was trying to search for natural things. So I saw this person who I just became a friend with on Facebook. She had her DFT. She had a peace sign. She said, I bring my buddy everywhere with me. Now, I was in the fitness industry. I had transformed my body from 30% body fat to 10% body fat. Like, I knew how to do it. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, what is this sticker? How is it going to help me feel better? But I was at rock bottom. I was at wit's end. I didn't want to be that mom for my son. I wanted to be alive for my son. And so I reached out to her. She lives 45 minutes away from me. She's amazing. She's my saving grace. But she came, her name's Rochelle. She came, she brought me samples, and I was a day one thriver. And I will never look back. I have not been a day without them. Like I said, it's been 407 days. And I'm a person who I'll do something, I'll quit. I'll do something, I'll quit. I've never stuck with anything besides my husband this long. And it is life changing. It has changed my life. I am the mother that I always dreamed to be. I am becoming a better wife. Like, I am a better person. I'm a better human. I have more patience. Like, I sleep better. It's all the things that I was missing in 3 easy steps, and it completely changed my life. So I'll never look back.
I love it. I love that so much. One of the things that's most memorable about you is so many people that you've connected me to tell me she's just a completely different person. She's happy now. And what one person said to me was, you can't fake happy for this long. So I knew there had to be something behind this. And that just, it just did it for me. So thank you so much for sharing your story, Mel. I'm so proud of you. Definitely. Up next, we've got Ashley Nicole. She is a 200K leader on the team. How long have you been thriving, Ashley?
Oh, I have to one up Mel. I had to Google it. How many days since March 1st, 2017? 2,260 days. So 6 years I've been thriving. 6 years.
Love it.
And one thing that I do, like Margie, I love about this journey is that we all start at different places. And when I pre-thrive, I wasn't looking for anything. I felt like I was doing the do. I was maxed out at work. I was maxed out at home. I was maxed out at the ball field. We lived at somebody's ball field. I ate dinner in the bed every night. But guess what? I was there. I was able to take my kids everywhere they needed to be, do all class mom, team mom, do all the things. So I felt like I was showing up, and I was just tired because of showing up, right? I didn't know that there was more until I saw a guy from high school. He was posting about all the things he was doing. And I was like, yay for him. Right. So yay for him equaled me entering into a contest where he said, drop your email below for a chance to win a free month. And I did. And then he was like, oh, you won. I was like, yay, what is it? Because I never clicked this link. I wasn't looking for anything more. And so I had no reason to be skeptical. And it wasn't until his wife, my very own upline, Leanne Monahan, who reached out and she was like, Thrive has done this, this, and this for me. And I was like, oh, so I could be better than I already am, like show up differently and show up present. Because I remember, looking back now, I remember that there were days I would be at work doing an Indian rain dance, praying it would rain, and baseball practice would be canceled, softball practice, like or the other team wouldn't show up. You remember those rut days where if they didn't have enough players, they had to forfeit? I'd pray for that. And so when I started Thrive, I had nothing to lose. I won my first month for free. I was already doing the do. And when I started, I had one reservation. I didn't drink coffee. I didn't drink energy drinks. So I was really anxious about that burst of energy that was going to be overwhelming and that was going to keep me up at night. So I told Leanne, I was like, if I can't sleep, I'll give it back. I'm already tired. I can't be up counting the windows in my house. And she was like, you're going to be fine. And so day one, I used to have 3 alarms set, you guys, and I would max snooze out. And if you didn't know, that's a real thing. You can max snooze out. And I'd wake up at the very last minute, and I'd be yelling and fussing at the kids because they're moving like snails, when in reality, it was my fault that I couldn't peel myself out of the bed in a decent enough time that they had a realistic amount of time to get dressed and out the door. So it was day one. I woke up on that first alarm. I was just excited. I'm a rule follower, so I took my 3 steps exactly like she told me. And I kept waiting for that burst of energy that was going to be overwhelming because I'm a quitter. I am a quitter. I'm either in or I'm out. So I was ready to quit if I didn't like this jittery feeling that I knew I was going to get, right? And it was day one around lunchtime that I just felt super accomplished because I work full time and I still do 6 years later. I love work, and at work, I'd be worried about who's going to be where, what we're going to have for dinner, paying the bills, projects, you name it, and then trying to do my job while I'm at work. And at lunchtime that day, I just felt like, oh, like super accomplished. I started one task and finished it. And then that night I slept like a baby. And here we are, 6 years later. Every single aspect changed in my life. Things I didn't even know were missing. I never once said out loud, y'all, vitamins could change my life, or them Flintstone gummies help me sleep better at night. But 2 weeks in, my kids are like, you're nicer. And I'm like, y'all are rude. I was doing everything for y'all already. What are you talking about? Well, you're in a better mood. You're not yelling at us. And that's kind of sad. That was like a wake up moment for me. Like, dang, I wasn't as great as I thought I was. Even though I was doing the best that I could with what I had to offer, there was more. So now I get to show up differently for my kids, and they're grown now. Like 6 years is a long time. And so no longer am I yelling and fussing at them to get ready in the morning. I'm singing to them in the morning, and they're really like, shut up now. Like, but Thrive changed every single aspect of my life, and I wasn't looking for that missing piece. And so for something to come in and just wham bam shake it all up, and 6 years later I haven't quit, I'm still wake up and do the same 3 steps, like that's incredible. And it changed everything. Physically, started from the inside out, emotionally, freaking rewarding, and financially. And I'm going to be a thriver for the rest of my life. I love this product and what it's done for me.
I love that so much. So you've undergone a huge transformation that you weren't even expecting, on physically for your children and financially for your whole family. Like, I love that so much. So up next, we've got Leanne Monahan. Leanne, how long have you been? I know you haven't Googled it because she's been at a ball game. That's why she's outside right now. Leanne, how long have you been with us?
So June 4th, 2016 was my very first day that I woke up in the morning. I took my 2 capsules, I drank my lifestyle mix, and I put on a DFT, and nothing happened. So let me rewind a little bit first and give you guys a little pre-story of my life before the Thrive experience came in. Because like Ashley, I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't looking for a change. I felt like I was doing the things I was supposed to do. I got married, I had kids, I had a career, I was in banking. I felt like I had made it. But what I realized is I was exchanging time for money to pay for my children to be in daycare, to be raised by somebody else, so I could go to work to afford daycare so my children could be raised by somebody else. And for so long, that was the norm for me. I wasn't looking for anything different. I thought I was supposed to go to bed tired. I thought I was supposed to wake up tired. I thought I was supposed to have lower back discomfort because I was getting older. I thought I was supposed to be irritable because I was a mom. I thought that that's the way life was supposed to be. So when I saw somebody else doing the Thrive experience, I thought, this girl has lost her dang mind. Vitamins don't change your life. Vitamins don't give you energy. Vitamins don't make you happy and peppy. So you keep living in your fake vitamin world, and I'm going to keep struggling through my real world. And she didn't even push it in my face. She didn't even, shove it down my throat. She was just like, okay, you keep doing this and keep watching what I'm doing. And I remember a few weeks went by and we were having cheap gas station wine at my kitchen table, and I was laying it on thick. I hated my job. My employees were making me mad. My boss made me more angry. My children were on my nerves. They were only 2 and 4 at the time. They didn't even know what being on my nerves was like. Unlike now, when they know they're on my nerves and they try to get on my nerves. But I was laying it on thick. Everything was bothering me. And she was just sitting there with this smirk on her face. And I'm like, I don't get it. You quit your job. You kicked your kid out. Like, why are you so much happier? And she was like, that thing that you keep making fun of is changing every aspect of my life. And at that moment, it couldn't have gotten any worse. I couldn't have been any more grumpy. I couldn't have been any more mean. I couldn't have disliked the person I was becoming any more than I did in that moment. So I took that mini experience from her, and it was a 3-day pack of 3 days worth of capsules, 3 days worth of lifestyle mix, and 3 DFTs. And I remember I flung it on my counter and I left it there for 8 consecutive days. And I know that that doesn't sound like a lot of time, but when I look back now and I think, that's 8 nights I could have slept better. That's 8 mornings I could have woken up refreshed. That's 8 mornings I could have danced in the living room with my kids instead of screaming and yelling at them for them to get out the door because I overslept that morning. And that 8th morning, I woke up and I saw those capsules on my counter. It was a Saturday. I had to go work at the bank. And I remember thinking, like, this stuff better work or I'm never even going to like do this again. And I took those capsules on day 1. And like I said, nothing happened. The way it had been hyped up to me, it was like birds were going to fly in the window and sing me awake and bring me my clothes and get me dressed. And that didn't happen. And so I remember when she called me at the bank midday, so excited that I had taken my 3 steps. And I said, girl, I knew this stuff was not good. I almost said a bad word. I knew this stuff was crud and it's not going to work for me. And she was like, do it again tomorrow. Please just trust me. And I am so thankful that I did that. I'm so thankful that I trusted her because day 2, I was a little peppier. The music on the radio was a little better. I had a little bit of a smile on my face, but I wasn't mind blown yet. Day 3 was the day that somebody else came up to me and said, whatever you've done differently, you've got to keep doing it because you're so much nicer now. And like, Ashley, I was like, oh, you rude. I've always been nice. But when you're not fueling your body properly, when you're not getting adequate sleep, when you're not eating healthy, when you're not drinking your water, it shows on the outside. Like it affects every aspect of your life. So I remember thinking like, I've got to do this for the rest of my life. Like if this person notices that I'm nicer, and a whole lot of other people noticed I was nice. So apparently I was real miserable. So I knew I had to order, but here's where the catch was. I messaged her and was like, all right, give me the speech. Like, what do I have to do to get this product? And she told me this product is going to cost XYZ. And I said, I do not have bug flying in my face. I do not have an extra XYZ lying around. She said, okay, great. I'm going to help you get your first month. And then we're going to work to thrive for free. So I found 2 of my friends that were just as miserable as I was, and I helped them thrive with me so that I was thriving for free. I have been thriving for free every single month since June of 2016. So I don't know how many days that is. Mel can figure that out for you guys. But that's really what turned the page for me is other people seeing how much I was changing. When you start fueling your body properly, you start drinking water, you start moving your body, you start dancing in the living room with your kids, weight that you've been carrying around for a while starts to fall off. And I lost 35 pounds in about the first 12 to 16 weeks of my Thrive experience. Not to mention, I lost that entire attitude I was walking around with because I was so miserable from not feeling well. So that's a little bit of that journey in a nutshell. I could go on and on and on for days because I'm Thrive obsessed. And like Ashley said, I'll be doing this forever.
I love that so much. And I think it was your boss that first said that to you, right? She noticed how nice you were being to everyone. And that's huge. That's huge when your friends and family and people that are used to the you see the new you. And we've all had that experience and I love it so much. So up next, we've got Dana Chuba. Dana, how long have you been thriving? Wait, you're muted.
Sorry. So I've been thriving for 8 years. I do not know, a little over 8 years, actually. I do not know how many days that is. It's a lot of freaking days. Yeah, my story is actually a little bit different. I was looking for something. I have been an athlete my entire life. I grew up with a health teacher as a mother. My dad was my soccer coach, which is, you guys are like, why is she dressed so sporty? I'm like, sporty spice. My daughter's soccer team had a parents versus players game. So I like came ready to impress y'all. But back then, so like I grew up as a soccer player. I played all growing up. I kind of felt like my life was already planned out for me, right? Like SGA president, homecoming queen, super athlete, like already everything was lined up, right? I knew my future. And then I was 28 years old with a 2-year-old, a 6-month-old, married, and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, this is not the life that you had planned out for yourself, Dana. I was extremely miserable. And there was no like postpartum or anything like that. It was just, I let myself get to a place that I was not happy with. I was 30 pounds overweight. I wasn't working out. I wasn't eating right, but to be completely honest, I was freaking tired. The people that say, just go outside, just go run, just go do this. I'm like, I don't want to. I am tired. I am exhausted. I have 2 babies at home that keep me going, and I'm not sleeping well. So I didn't have the energy, to be completely honest. So I was looking for something. I had tried all the diets out there. I had tried all the things, but to be completely honest, I was so tired of meal prepping. And I was so tired of, counting calories and doing the macros. Like, I didn't want to do all that. I was like, I've got enough things to do with my 3 babies. Or my 2 babies at the time. I was like, I don't want to do all that. And so, but I knew I needed something. I wasn't sure what it was. So I had seen my friend Lindsay posting about this Thrive thing. And to be completely fair, I made fun of it. I was like, what grown adult wears a sticker? Like, that's ridiculous. And I actually verbally made fun of her for 5 months. But here I am still feeling miserable. I was on food stamps, government assistance. Like I said, I was 30 pounds overweight, and here I am making fun of the person who had the one thing that was about to change my life. So 5 months of making fun of this girl, and which, by the way, we've talked it out. It's been 8 years. We're good now. And so I messaged her and I asked her about it. She tells me about it, and I said, that's fine. I just want to be a customer. Please do not try to make me promote this thing, because I am not going to be that annoying girl on Facebook that's from high school that's bothering all her friends, which, hey, that's me. But I just wanted to be a customer. I did not want to be a promoter. Like, please don't make me do that. She's like, no, just order as a customer. You'll be fine. I get the product, and I am like a Monday person. If I start anything, it's on Monday. I'm going to start a diet Monday. Going to start cleaning Monday. Going to start eating it better at home Monday, right? Like, nothing starts in the middle of the week, because it's weird, right? I got my package on a Wednesday and I started on Thursday. Like, I could not wait. I was so freaking excited. And so I opened the box, I see it. I did it exactly how Lindsay said. I took the capsules, and I was like, 20 minutes later, I took the lifestyle mix. And I'll be honest with you, I immediately felt happy. I immediately felt something. And I'll be honest, like, I was kind of like, is this a placebo? Like, I started doubting my feelings, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I had said something, and I'm like, maybe this is me feeling something. But then I thought to myself, well, if this is a placebo, how come all the other things that I took didn't have a placebo effect? Like, how come all the other diets, all the other things, all the other products, why didn't I feel this way? I wanted those to work just as bad too. I was just as desperate for those things to work, and those didn't have that effect. So I continued, and I wrote Lindsay and I said, do I really feel this good? And she put, ha ha, told you. And so she's like, just wait, it gets better. And she's not wrong, guys. It continued to get freaking better every single day. My things that I was noticing, right? My appetite, right? I was going from eating full meals to not being able to finish my entire plate. I was going from craving sweet potato. I didn't even like sweet potato before. And I'm like, I have to have sweet potato. Like, what? It was like wanting certain things that I normally didn't want. I wanted water so bad. Like, I was chugging water. I was excited to go on walks with my kids. I was like dancing with the kids in the kitchen. I'm like, honestly, I had a 6-month-old at the time. So dancing with my 2-year-old. But now, like, one of them is about to be 11. The other one is about to be 9. And now I also have a 4, well, she'll be 4 in the morning. But like, now I've got 3 kids, and I'm playing soccer. Like, my life is completely different. And like Leanne said, we are better people because of this product. And I will tell you right now, my life would look completely different had this product not come into my life. My life was not going down the path that I wanted it to go. I wanted to work out. I wanted to be a better person. I wanted to eat better. Since I've started Thrive, I've lost over 35 pounds. And have I kept it off the entire time? No, I had another baby. Like, I had a full on another human baby. So, you know, I gained weight again because I had a human baby. I mean, I don't know what other human, like, I'm not gonna have like a dog baby, but anyways, I had a human baby. And then I lost that weight again, right? So it was just more controlled this time. It was more, and I'll tell you, having a baby with Thrive after is way easier than having a baby without Thrive after, because those nights are long and you are tired. And I will tell you, if any mamas out there have just had a baby, you need Thrive. I was so adamant about getting to every single mom who had just had a baby because you need it. You want to remember those newborn stages? Guess what? Thrive. Because those newborn stages go by like this, but they go by even faster when you're tired and halfway awake. So just take that with a grain of salt. But that was how I got into it. And I started just talking about it and sharing. And I obviously became a promoter within, I think, like 2 days, because there was no website fee. And like Leanne said, you know, we were sharing it anyway. So I loved the idea of getting the products for free, but I liked even more that I could make an income from home with my kids. I was doing hair from home at the time, and I figured, you know, why not? I'll just see what happens. And the business, we are no longer on Medicaid. We're no longer on food stamps. We cut that part up real quick. And the business, the product, the community, literally every single part of this has changed my life. And I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I did another direct sales company and I failed miserably. Why? Because the product was not this. Because the business was not this. Comparing all direct sales the same, comparing them all to be the same is like comparing a Ferrari to a Kia. I'm not saying they're not both good cars, but one is definitely more superior, right? They both work. They both get you to where you want to be, maybe, right? One just gets you there a little bit faster. One just has a little bit more horsepower. And one I would be a lot happier in, right? So just be mindful to ask the right questions before you join a certain direct sales company if you want to promote. That's just my 2 cents on that. So
I love it. I know it has changed your financial life tremendously. You know, it actually, honestly, everybody on here, our financial lives have been changed completely. I took a 3-day sample just so they would stop asking me if I wanted one. And I was a day 1 thriver. I took the sample because the coffee shop at the airport was closed. I'm not going to really get into my story, but the coffee shop was closed and I had business meetings that whole day and I needed some energy, and I was a 20-year coffee addict. And so I remembered that I had put that sample pack in my computer bag. I grabbed it out. I took it all, didn't even read the directions, took it all right there at the gate at once before I got on the plane to go to my meetings. And I was a day 1 thriver. I felt it while I was in flight, right? And I always say I was a day 1 thriver by the grace of God, because I never had any intention of doing day 2. That was just not in the cards for me. I don't like to take things. I'll have a headache for 6 hours before I'll complain about it. I definitely wasn't a vitamin person, but I felt it on day 1. My brain was just firing on all cylinders and stuff. I accidentally clicked the promoter button. I signed on that night. I bought my first pack and I read, refer 2 people and thrive for free. And I was like, okay, I know 2 people who could stand to have all this energy and have it, you know, I'm in my 50s and my brain was just clicking, you know, like it used to when I was young. But I had way more energy than I did when I was young. And I was like, I know 2 people. I made the assumption that that was as a promoter. So I clicked that promoter button on day 1. And I remember the person that gave me the sample reaching out to me going, oh my goodness, you want to do the business? And me going, oh God, no, I will not post about it. I won't talk about it. I just want to tell 2 people and get my Thrive for free. And Yeah, so that was 4 years ago that I did that. So it took me a few months of getting the product in my body. You know, I found my 2 customers to get my product for free. Then I had to find 2 more customers to get my husband's product for free. And about 4 months in is when I decided to just do the business for 30 days because I was already telling everybody about it, right? And that was about 3.5 years ago. And it's definitely changed my entire life. Financially, physically, I lost 47 pounds, and this was on the classic 3 Steps Thrive. We now have the Elite 3-Step that came out in January, and it's our first product that was ever actually designed for weight loss. So many of us lost our weight, right? I lost 47 pounds. My husband lost 84 pounds with the classic Thrive that wasn't even actually designed for weight loss. You get more active, and it changes what you crave, right? So that's what we lost it on the classic, but now we have Elite, which is if you have weight loss goals and you are wanting to lose some pounds quick, definitely Elite is for you. And it's the same 3 steps, right? It's 2 capsules in the morning, lifestyle mix 20 minutes later, and you slap on that DFT. So it's 3 simple steps. With all of the ingredients that Classic has, but it has added weight loss components in it. So Elite is amazing. So I wanted to tell you that it is free to promote, right? There are a lot of other direct sales companies that you join. There are fees. There's a cost to join. There is an ongoing like website fee and stuff like that. And a lot of us, I know Dana and Melanie both have experience with that, where you have to, where you spend more than you actually make and stuff like that. I know that that's what a lot of the competing companies in this field are like, but it's definitely not like that with Lavelle and Thrive. You can do as little as you want or as much as you want. You can completely transform the lives of your family. You know, at first when I started out, it was gas money each week, and it quickly became grocery money, and the good kind of grocery money where you aren't looking at your bank account when you get to the checkout. And now it's, you know, it's life-changing money. I won't talk about how much I make, but it's definitely a lot more than I made in my full-time job. I run a manufacturing company working 60 hours a week. So it's been life-changing for me on so many levels. If you decide to join us as a promoter, definitely reach out to the person that invited you on this. In your first 14 days, you have the opportunity to earn $800 in cash bonuses plus commissions. Super easy. And with our VIP first 14-day bonuses that you're eligible for. So reach out to the person that invited you on this Zoom and get more information. And we would love to see you on one of these calls one day. Thank you so much, you guys, for hopping on and telling your stories. And thanks, you guys, for spending your night with us. We really appreciate you hopping on. Happy thriving. Have a great evening. Bye.
Oh man, I absolutely love that. So you just heard from 5 amazing women, and you know how Thrive has helped them through their just make a better life for themselves, right? But what I wanted to point out also is that Thrive is not just for women; it's for men too. We have a bunch of guys thriving as well and absolutely loving it, absolutely changing their lives. So with that, you know, male, female, whatever, if you're looking to make a difference in your life, if you're looking to go from a subpar quality of life to a high caliber style of life, you know, feeling 10 out of 10 versus 3 out of 10, then you know, like Maggie was saying, get with the person that introduced you or that you know, showed you to this video, or that's talking to you about Thrive, and you know, let's get you started on the Thrive experience so you can feel how it amazing it feels when you're thriving and not just surviving. So with that said, have a good night, everybody. We will see you Thursday for the next Lavelle Live. Hope you all have a wonderful night and enjoy these beautiful days upcoming. Have a good one, everybody.